This is Repeat Sentence 100% practical class. Let's start. What is repeat sentence? Repeat sentence is all about listening, remembering, and repeating a sentence, a small sentence which is in the range of 8 to 13 words in today's PTE real exam scenario. So what is it? Listening, remembering, repeating a sentence. And why it matters? As you know, the maximum score in speaking is 90 marks, and the weightage of repeat sentence alone is 15.3 marks. And at the same time, the maximum score of listening is 90. And to listening 90 marks, it contributes 14.4. It is simply contributing what? 15.3 marks to speaking 90 and 14.4 marks to listening 90. In the score perspective, it's very, very important task. In other words, if you wish to get higher score in speaking, higher score in listening, this is the task which is very, very important. So let me practice one or two questions from my portal and then explain you how it works, demonstrate how it works. Sentence is plain. Listen.
I met him on a flight from London to Paris.
Remember, repeat. I've met him on a flight from London to Paris. So you listen to a sentence, you catch it, you remember it, and you repeat it when the recording starts. And you can see this is maximum score. There are 13 assessment points. You got what? I got 13 assessment points, 13 out of 30. Let's answer one more question.
I was inspired by the prospect of the new job ahead.
I was inspired by the prospect of the new job ahead. So I simply repeated the sentence. Listen, remember, and repeat. Again, you can see the score is what? Maximum. All right. One more question.
The picture shows 6 of the 9 planets in the solar system.
The picture shows 6 of the 9 planets in the solar system. Okay. So there are some misses. Now you can see this is my answer.
Picture shows 6 of the 9 planets in the solar system. Picture shows 6 of the 9 planets in the solar system.
First word is missing, last word is missing. It could not recognize, but still I got a good score. So now in the real examination, you get minimum 10 questions, maximum 12 questions, maybe 10, maybe 11, maybe 13. So far, I think I answered 3 questions. Right? Okay, how it works, how the assessment works. Content. What is content? What is oral fluency? What is pronunciation? In repeat sentence, let's learn. Content score will be, assessment score will be 3 points. If you repeat a sentence, maximum words, like, there are, let's say, 10 words in a sentence, and you repeated all 10, the content score will be 3. In many cases, we have seen, even if you skip 1 or 2 words, the content score will be still high. All right. So what is content? Number of words you repeat from the question sentence or source sentence is what content. So the more words you repeat in the sequence, I repeat, the more words you repeat in the sequence, the more content score. The lesser words you repeat in the sequence from the question, you get a lesser score. That's how content works. What is oral fluency? If you have delivered the sentence, if you have repeated the sentence in a flow, for example, if I repeat it like this picture, shows 6 of the 9 planets. If I do it, the oral fluency score will come down. I'll do one thing. I'll show you one example.
The value of regular exercise should not be underestimated by anyone.
The value of regular exercise, should not be underestimated by anyone. So my answer had a lot of fillers and pauses. Let's see what happens with the oral fluency. You can see the oral fluency score has come down. So there are 5 points for oral fluency. Now my score is what? Just 1.4, because it's a lot of pausing, lot of filling. So if the answer goes, instantly, it's not instantly, in a fluent fashion, you get maximum score in oral fluency. So what is pronunciation? The pronunciation is nothing but the clarity of the words you pronounce. Like, it's not about an accent. It's not about having a US accent or speaking in the American accent or British accents or something. It's about, is your pronunciation clear? Is your pronunciation valid? That's what it is all about. So 3 things. Now, what is the score of repeat sentence, please see. So what is it? 15.3 and 14.4. We can say it is 30 marks total. Yes or no? If you are interested, let's discuss how much score does it give you per question. What is the score? So the 30 marks, 15 plus 15, say something like that. In speaking, listening, 15 marks you're getting. Imagine you're getting 10 questions. So per question's weightage is 3 marks. 1.5 marks you get in listening, 1.5 marks you get in speaking. Correct. Simple. So if you are getting 13 points by 13 points, 13 out of 13 if you get, that means what you are getting 1.5 marks in speaking, 1.5 marks in listening. So 13 is equivalent to what? 1.5 marks in speaking and listening. This is the score calculation thing. It is as per the official estimations of PT Academic. When you try to repeat sentences, especially when you are very much new to the task, okay, there are 3 problems that you face. Okay, when you're delivering the content, good content, when you're trying to deliver good content, you have 3 problems that you face. So the first one is skipping. So some words from the sentence you don't remember. Maybe the first word, maybe the last word, maybe the word that is in the middle. Some word you keep missing. That can be an article, that can be a preposition, that can be a noun or adjective, something you are missing. Okay, that's pretty common. First one, what is it? Skipping 1 or 2 words from the sentence. You have seen with my practice also, I skip 1 or 2 words, right? That's not a problem. When I delivered the answer in the perfect flow, it wasn't a problem. If you want, you can go back, check. I answered 3 questions back to back, and that you can refer to it. Skipping, first problem. Not a problem when you maintain the flow. Skipping 1, 2 words or maximum 3 words is not a problem, not a big problem. There won't be huge score difference if that happens. The second thing is adding. We have a tendency sometimes to add extra words. We add some extra word which is not part of the question. Let's say actually, minimally, somewhere the other way. If not with every question, with some questions we add extra words. So that extra word addition is not a problem, but that should not be done purposefully, right? One word, one extra da is coming out, one extra a is coming out. Absolutely fine. Again, flow is important. So skipping, addition, adding the new words, 1 or 2 new words is absolutely okay. And then the third challenge that students have is they keep replacing the words. Replacement means, for example, the speaker says, the audio says, Professor, you may pronounce it as what? Lecturer, because you're trying to understand the sentence. So that much 1 or 2 word replacements are okay, provided you maintain the flow. So S, A, R are the common problems with repeat sentence, small problems with repeat sentence. How do you minimize the influence of these problems on your score? Okay, so the way to do it is repeating the sentences in the perfect flow. By doing it, you will reduce or minimize the influence of these problems in your answer. What is the best way to remember the sentences? So guys, the test started in 2009. At that point of time, I think few years here and there, the Pearson PTE has published the official guide to PT Academic. Okay, I started teaching PT in 2013. So before that only, there is something called official guide. In that official guide, there is a very, very effective method or effective technique that they provided. That technique is chunking. Chunking is nothing but you divide the sentence into 3 to 4 parts, right? I've met him on a flight from London to Paris is there. I've met him on a flight from London to Paris. Let's say 3, 4 pieces, you divide the sentence and remember, you will be able to remember. So try to understand the sentence, try to divide it into what? 3, 4 small parts. Cut and remember. First part, second part, third part, fourth part, something like that. If you can do it, you will be able to remember the sentences very well. Now, this does not happen. Today you'll decide. Tomorrow you cannot become good at it. It will take some time, maybe a week's time, maybe a 10 days time, depending on your existing communicative skills, your listening skills, your speaking skills. It depends. But that's the way out. It's all fine. Repeat sentence you understood. What is it? It's all about listening, remembering, repeating a sentence, and the recording starts, and hitting the next button the moment you finish it. All right, this is repeat sentence. What are the common challenges, common problems the student face? The skipping, adding, and replacements. So small amounts of skipping and adding and replacements are okay, provided you maintain the flow when you are giving the answer. That's also clear. How many questions will come per question weightage? Everything is clear. Now it's all about implementation. How many questions should I practice every day? Is there any scientific way, like the proven way to get excellent at repeat sentence? Yes, I have to tell you. So the best strategy that I have been using for my students, which first I checked, verified, and then I started using from the last 1 decade, that is called 210 sentences practice. So if you have to get comfortable with repeat sentence, you have to tackle these small challenges, like you have memory challenge, right? Sometimes remembering is a problem. We already discussed it. Accent problem. Sometimes the sentence is having heavy accent. If it is heavily accented, the incoming becomes difficult, right? If you don't understand it, if you cannot understand, you cannot chunk it, you cannot, reproduce the sentence, right? So what is it? Memory challenge, accent challenge you have, and then concentration challenge, because you have to repeat 10 to 12 sentences back to back. You're finished, you're done with first sentence, click the next button, and immediately the next question comes. That you catch, that you repeat, you click next. So it's like a marathon sort of thing. So you have to simply forget the previous sentence and catch the fresh sentence, repeat it, again forget. So this requires a lot of concentration, a lot of, what do you call, getting used to things is required. So that's why I call it what one more challenge is concentration challenge, memory, accent, concentration challenge. And the fourth one is what? Speed challenge. Now, some sentences come very quick, they're delivered quicker, right? So then when the speed of the sentence is moderate, okay, we don't have any problem catching the sentence, right? But if the speed of the sentence increases, that's when the real issue starts. So this solution, what I'm going to teach you, this process rather, what I'm going to teach you will help you minimize the problem of all four challenges with repeat sentence. What is it? It's simple. You practice 210 sentences for a span of 21 days. Every day you practice 10 sentences. Open the portal, right? Go to repeat sentence. Practice first 10 questions. Tomorrow, 11 to 20. Day after tomorrow, 21 to 30. Like that, you practice for 1 week or so. First 1 week, you will have some kind of difficulty in doing it every day. But after 1 week, you start to see the difference in the quality of the answers that you produce. It's going to help you so much. So in 21 days, more or less, all the memory, accent, speed, concentration challenges will diminish. I think they'll reduce a lot. Okay, so I hope you do it every day 10. So after 21 days, if you're not taking the test, okay, on 22nd day, if you're not taking the test, you continue repeating 10 sentences until you sit the test, sit the original test, you continue it. Okay, it will help you. See, thousands of PTE practice questions, like essays, we have 101 essays, we are adding based on our exam experiences. Look at this, it has grammar. For example, you are lacking in subject-verb agreement. You can go and work on 5 levels of subject-verb agreement exercises. Nobody is lecturing you on grammar. You are simply learning based on the activities. Now, for improving vocabulary, we have vocabulary improvement section and listening spelling section. So if you want to improve the exam familiarity, we have 10 mock tests coming here. Each mock test, when you write, gives you score. It gives you insights where you're doing well, where you're not doing well, all that stuff. And you can even access your answers once you finish the exam. So all the materials, like the latest guides, templates, everything is mentioned here. And the entire course recording is available. Latest class recording is available, including my real exam experiences. So, right, all the basics. Now, this is my real exam experience, the exam that I took on January 26th, January 30, 2026 or something. So everything, it's a complete package. Don't hesitate to buy this. The subscription is starting from just, I think, 1,500 rupees in Indian currency for a week's subscription. So every feature is going to come in the 1 week subscription plan. I'll meet you with the new essay sample question and answer. Stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. If you find value in my channel, please do subscribe.